And don't forget, this is a searcher. So now we're talking incredible consistency. Hello, mathematicians. Today we got a card that's going to change absolutely everything. And don't even take it from me. Listen to what everyone's saying about this deadly card. Look at this. That second effect on the ritual's kind of crazy. No, Demise is back, bigger than ever. Might be one of the craziest ritual support cards I've ever seen. Yeah, it's insane, completely generic, doesn't even have to summon itself. So it's both a ritual spell and a 10-star tribute. Oh my gosh, I even got the hiccups because of its power. Anyways, but not everyone thinks that this card is so insane. There's some people that are like, yeah, this card is still bad. And this guy couldn't be further from the truth. But people do that. We're going to go into what this card does right now in a second. But I just want to show you that, look, people have been wrong for centuries. Look at this. We all know that when Ryzeal came out and Malice came out, they were the best decks. And look at this, people went just nuts, did a poll when these cards came out, and he was like, do you think these cards are good? Only 7% and 20% were able to recognize that these were going to be some serious cards. There were a lot of people, you know, that thought that it was like, kind of rogue, casual, you know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff. And yeah, you know, some people knew. I can read a good card when it's coming, and we've got a good card here. Demise is literally a good card, and people wouldn't know about a good card to slap you in the face. This ritual card is literally slapping you in the face. This is me telling you. So what's this guy do anyways? This guy is so powerful. Only a powerful image, some Giga Chad, can go in this picture right here. But let's read what this card does, right? So let's see what he does together. End of the world ruler, right? Let's prove that guy wrong here. So let's see, let's read this, because you know, Yu-Gi-Oh players, they don't really read, so maybe that's why he had trouble thinking that this was a good card. You could ritual summon this card with any end of the world card. You can only use the second and third effect of this card name once per turn. Alright, nothing crazy there. This card name becomes Demise, King of Armageddon, while in the hand or the field. Alright, so his name is End of the Ruler, and he changes his name. That's nothing crazy either. You can go to court and change your name at any time you want. So him doing a name change isn't really the craziest effect either, to be honest. So I could see why this guy thought that, right? Because you can just go to court, change your name. Anyways, what does this guy do here? Let's look at the third effect before we go to the second effect. You could pay 2,000 life points, destroy as many other cards on the field as possible. Then this card gains 2,900 attack. That's kind of good. Not like game changing or nothing. That's kind of good. It's really good against, if you think of like cards that can't be destroyed by card effects, like Pearly and stuff like that. They get their big cat body or Ignisters, and usually they get about 5,000 attack, and like it's just sitting there, nothing can beat them. Well, now we've got a 5,900 attack monster. So that's kind of good for destroying boards that are create these omni-immune scenarios where it's just a fat cat just sitting there and you can't do anything to them. So that's kind of cool. Again, not the craziest thing. It's really good, I guess, going second, maybe board breaking after you exhaust all of their stuff. Not the craziest thing, but look at this second effect that I skipped here. Let's jump right to this. You can reveal this card in your hand. Pay 2,000 life points. That's hardly a cost. We know that. Pay 2,000 life points, banish a ritual spell from your deck, and apply that card's activation effect that ritual summons a monster. So this card now represents every single ritual card in your deck, the ritual spells, and he can now just do that. That's absolutely nuts. And our guy here now is, you know, our guy, he has got something to say, right? Look at him thinking there, reading the comments, reading what people are saying. Look, end of the line, he's saying, sure, what you say is right. You know, we're talking to other guys, but he's like, but you have to hard draw it, and you can't search it. Also, he's Mitsurugi's not in this desperate situation to put a Giga Brick in the deck, right? He's particularly talking about Mitsurugi. It doesn't matter. And by the way, you can search it. You absolutely can search this card. He probably didn't do his research like me, but there's this card right here called Readying of the rights. See, look, he didn't do his research. He would know if he did his stuff. And this is to his defense, this is a rather new card. So that's why he's like, you can't search it. Well, actually, sir, you can. Because look at this. Add 1 Fiend Ritual from your deck to your hand. That's what this guy does. And can you guess what that new card, what his type was? Oh my gosh, he was a fiend. Oh, he was a fiend ritual. So add that guy from your deck to your hand. Then if you added a pendulum monster, he's not a pendulum monster, so don't worry about this part. You get a little like token here that's dark level 1. Okay, cool. And while you can't control that, you can't special summon from extra deck. Alright, that's interesting. But we'll go into what that point is for in a second. When your ritual monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, banish this card from your graveyard, draw a card. Okay, nice little bonus too. So not only now did we search our guy, but now when our ritual cards just do damage, we're going to draw another card thanks to this. Great, now we just went +1, stuff paid for itself. We can only use each effect of this once per turn. There's another card that goes with this too, right? So not only are we searching this, but I would want to mention this because this is the Pendulum Fiend that they're talking about. This card basically, this guy's got a lot of text here. All you need to know is that his Pendulum effect allows him to basically make himself come on the field, right? Just by tributing any monster from your hand or field whose level equals 1 or exceeds 1. That's pretty much everything. So as long as you have a monster, really, or that token that it created, remember, it creates a token. You can ritual summon this card with Miracle Grave, must be ritual summoned, blah, blah, blah. It's unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. That's pretty cool, because basically if it's out, it's letting you know that if you ritual summon a monster with a card effect, this card can be used as the entire tribute, so it's basically like unlimited levels. Nice. And if this card is tributed, you can add a ritual monster. So what does all this mean? You can add a ritual monster. That means if you have the Reading of the Rites in your hand, you're pretty much in a scenario where now this guy, right, you could search this guy, which represents any spell that you would need to ritual summon, or this guy, which basically represents any monster. So now you get basically this card completes the puzzle. Like, oh, I needed the monster, you can get this. Oh, I needed the spell, you can get this. It's absolutely insane. And don't forget, this is a searcher. So now we're talking incredible consistency for a group of cards. Because look, Fusion kind of got consistency, Synchro's got consistency, XZ Summoning's got consistency. Ritual Summoning was always kind of left in the dirt when it came to consistency, because you needed the tribute for it, you needed the spell, and you needed the monster that you wanted to summon. So that was 3 things you needed. This card alone accounts for 2 of them, right? Because he could be the cost, and he could also be the ritual spell. So he counts for 2 of them, which means now you just need one other piece. Because in the deck that usually is a 2-card combo deck, he basically, or a 3-card combo deck, now you only need one thing. If you got this guy, and this is so close to making the deck a 1-card combo, which is absolutely insane for people that use rituals. And it gets even crazier because look at this. Look at what this guy had to say. Look at this. He's like, cards like the new King of Design are bad card design. And he means that because it's so powerful. Because even if it does nothing now, right, which that guy was saying, it does nothing, it could potentially be a problem for future cards. And it's true, every single card that comes out now that's a ritual spell has to be kept with this guy in mind, because he could just search it and become it. Look at this. This is one of the newer cards that was released. That's a spell. That's ritual. Look what it does. So it goes basically, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but look, he's basically for Archfiend rituals, which of course they're fiends too, so it could be searched by that thing. But here's what's interesting. During the standby phase, if you have the Doom Emperor Archfiend, which is like the boss monster of that deck, face up in your extra deck, add this card from your graveyard or banishment to your hand. Remember, this guy is banishing the ritual spells. So basically, you use this, it's coming back to the hand every single turn. That's crazy. That's just one example of how even the new cards are coming out with this card in mind. It's not a coincidence, I'll tell you that. It's gonna be absolutely insane. This card is gonna be bonkers, and I'm telling you. All right. So then we're back to our keyboard warrior, right? He's typing frivolously upon seeing all of this. And he's like, because everyone's trying to tell him this is a good card. He's like, you got 5 cards, no matter if you go first or second, which is not true, because if you go second, you have 6 cards, buddy, because you draw for turn. So you will have 6 cards going second. True, you'll have 5 cards, maybe to hand trap your opponent or something like that. But when it's your turn, you will have 6 cards. So that's not true right there. And that card is 1 Ash, 1 Nib, which, by the way, I don't know about Nib anymore. Nib is kind of like 1996. That's not a good hand trap anymore. People play around it. People will have their negate up by it. People will dodge it. People will extend through it. So maybe you're running something from 1992, but all right, let's let them cook. That's one Ash, one Nib, one starter, not a ritual monster, one extender, not a ritual monster, and this dude. This dude is a complete brick if you didn't draw another ritual monster. He doesn't know how ritual decks work, like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the Hungry Burger, voiceless voice master here. You know what I'm saying? I love this archetype for some reason. If you got one starter, that starter, let's just say, take any deck with the starter, right? Voiceless voice, for example. Your starter is low. You use low. Low gets the continuous spell. You put the continuous spell. That gets Saphira. Saphira gets the monster. There's the Skull Guardian. And then she could banish herself. And you have full combo. Like, that's full combo. You only need that. You know what I'm saying? So, let's say, right, she adds Saphira, right, after you get the continuous spell. Then you do her thing, and they ash that, right? So, right, now you can extend through it. Right, and you extend, and now you're able to get your extender just gets you the ritual monster, but now you're just missing the ritual spell, right? So you got a ritual monster, and you got the extender, and you got this guy. Well, guess what? That guy can now be the ritual spell, and that's exactly what the ritual deck needed. Like, I don't understand what you're following, but don't listen to my words. Let's listen to my boy Boom Boom 74 here 2 hours ago responding to this guy like a G. He words it better than I could. He says, yeah, but isn't that like how 2-card combos work? I mean, you got to think about it like that. Ritual decks are a 3-card combo deck because you need the ritual spell, you need the monster that you got to tribute, and then you got to need the guy that you're trying to make, right? The Demise accounts for 2 out of 3 of these because he could also be, he's the monster that you need and the spell that you need. So all you do is really need the monster. He accounts for 2 of the 3 things you need. You can't get much better than that. Anyways, isn't that how 2-card combos work? Maybe I'm missing something. At worst, this card could just be extra copies of they're talking about Mitsu, but it could just be any copies of the ritual. Slightly worse because it banishes it. Your view also discounts that the card can be used to pivot any search of a ritual monster into a search of a ritual spell, which is true. Let's say you have a card that's like, oh, search a ritual monster, but you already had 2 ritual monsters in your hand. Well, now you search that guy, and that guy turns into a ritual spell. So basically, it's like saying, instead of searching a ritual monster, now it says search any ritual monster or ritual spell, like in parentheses, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of cool there, and that's depending on the spell. You could use Demise as the tribute, or you could summon Demise. Again, remember, if you're doing all these cards, right, like you forbidden droplet, you got 6 cards in your hand, not 5. That guy was like, you believe. You got 6 cards, you kind of break his board halfway. Now you're able to summon this dude. Remember, his effect just wipes everything. Gets 5,900 attack, and then all you need to do is find 2,100 attack. Your Sally probably has 2,100 attack. That's the easiest thing to find. You can look under a rock and find 2,100 attack. Anyways, disgusting. Not that game breaking. I think it's pretty much good, but it seems much better than you think it is. Anyways, speaking of which, everybody's typing like and subscribe if you like this video. Let me know in the comments, and let me know in the comments right now, who do you agree with? Do you agree with Boom Boom 74 here, right? Like it's kind of crazy good, or like it's not, maybe not, like it's better than he thinks it is? Do you agree with me and like the other people that like, yo, this card is nuts, you know, ritual, like people that actually use the deck? Or do you agree with this guy here, End of the Line, which thinks that the card is wrong, like a bad card? Because maybe I'm wrong, but like I said, I mean, I called, there's a couple of decks I'm calling, there's another one I'm gonna call right now, Nekroz, not out yet. I know it's gonna be a crazy deck, so I'm calling that one too. But I knew Malice was gonna be nuts. I knew, as you saw in the polls, I knew Ryzeal was gonna be nuts. Like, those decks just screamed nuts to me. Anyways, maybe I haven't been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for long enough. I don't know. I've been playing it for a long time. I mean, I'm getting all these group hairs. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. So just a quick one right there. Again, like and subscribe. I'll be on Twitch. I'll be streaming all the time. And you can follow me there. You can follow my crazy math stuff. If you like math, follow me there. But yeah, that's what I got for you. Leave a comment, because this debate is actually getting heated. And I want to know what you guys think. Is he right, or is he right and we're wrong? I don't know. You decide. Anyways, see you guys next time. Peace. And again, no hate to this guy too, because again, it's kind of hard to see. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know about those cards. I'm guessing he didn't know about the ritual of rights that can search it and do all that stuff, right? He's not in that kind of field as we are. I'll see you guys. Peace. So don't go hating on this guy, because I think he's actually probably pretty cool. He's probably a really good working man too. Probably got a good job, all that stuff. So again, no hate on him. Peace.